Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about something that has been on my mind a little bit recently, and it is sharenting. What as a parent is okay to share about our kids and what isn't. Because I am a mum, I have two boys aged 2 and 5, and I have a YouTube channel, and I have an Instagram account, and I have a Facebook account, and I have a Twitter account. All of those are linked below, by the way. And I feel like I'm quite careful about what I share about my kids. If you follow me for a while, you may know I don't really use their names, you don't see their faces, but ultimately I'm on the internet as a mother. So by the very nature of that, I'm sharing about myself as a parent, so I'm sharing about my kids, and it all kind of goes around in my head a little bit, and it's been brought to a head slightly by this magazine, which is Digital Parenting. A copy of it came home with my eldest from school, and in it there was a quiz. 10 questions to determine, are you an oversharent? I'm just going to run through it and answer the questions honestly. I haven't looked at it too much, so I haven't kind of prepared what I'm going to say, so if I waffle, sorry, I apologise. Let's do it. Question number 1. What is sharenting? Is it A, the habitual use of social media to share news and images of your children? Is it B, constantly shushing your child in public? I do that a lot. C, shaming your child by behaving in an embarrassing way? I do that too. I think we can all say that sharenting is A. It is sharing stuff about your children regularly on social media. I think the majority of parents do this. I think the classic would be having a Facebook page, a personal Facebook page where you share things with family and friends, and a lot of the time people drift apart, and the only way that you keep in touch with each other and find out news about each other and even know they've had children is because of Facebook or things like that. So I think most people have those. Most people have got their privacy settings sorted, but yeah, that's what sharenting is. We've clarified. Question number 2. How many photos of the average child do you think will be posted online by their 5th birthday? Is it A, 500, B, 1500, C, 150? I mean, 150 is nothing, is it, in 5 years? So it's between A, 500 or B, 1500. Now I can't do the maths of B, but 500, I can tell you, in 5 years, that is 100 photos a year. So what are we looking at? How many photos is that? Do you know what? I'm actually not bad at maths, but under pressure, with you looking at me, I can't do maths. I'm going to say 1500. 1500 we're going to say. The answer is B, 1500. So by the time a child turns 5, they will have had 1500 images of them shared online, probably starting before they were born, because we did that. We put up pictures of the scan on our private Facebook pages as like, woohoo, we're having a baby, like the announcement. So it starts before they have all their limbs. 3, how confident are you about using privacy settings? A, what are privacy settings? B, very, I use them all the time. C, I do know how to use them, but I don't bother. If the answer is A, you don't know what privacy settings are, you need to find that out. If the answer is C, I know how to use them, but I don't bother, really? I think if you're sharing anything of your kids, probably just use the settings. Why would you not? B, very, I use them all the time. I think for the majority of us, that's what we do with our personal stuff. If you're purposely putting stuff up to share, that's a whole different kettle of fish. But for the personal stuff on your personal page, I would think, turn on the privacy settings. Question number 4. Do you ask for your child's permission before you post a picture of them? A, no, they don't mind. They love counting the likes they get. B, I've never even thought about it. C, yes, in the interest of protecting their privacy. Obviously here age comes into it. My youngest is just coming up to 3. If I said to him, do you mind if I show this photo on the internet? He might say yes, he might say no, he might say, can I have a biscuit, mummy? That's his answer to most things. They're not really of an age where they understand what that means to be able to give an answer. I think if your child is counting how many likes they get, that's a bit worrying, because then you're falling into some sort of trap of, are you judging your value by how many likes you get? Is that something that we're putting into children's minds? I don't like that sentence. I think B, I've never thought about it, sounds very throwaway, But that's probably me. I haven't really thought about asking their permission about it because they have no idea what it means. I think one of the good things about doing YouTube and having a public profile is that as my kids get older, it will teach them that once something's on the internet, it's there forever. If I've put something up about them that they think, God, I wish Mum had never done that. I wish she'd never put up a photo of me brushing my teeth. I don't know. They can't take it back. I can't take it back. Once it's online forever. And I think the fact that I do this may drive that message home to them a little bit, the permanence of it. But it's something I am aware of, and I am cautious of what I say about them and what I show of them because of that. So I don't ask their permission, but I try and think about the foreverness of the internet. Okay, question number 5. Do you expect other parents to ask your permission before they post images of your child? A, of course. B, no, I don't mind. C, I never ask other parents, so I'm not bothered. This one, I think, is all about context. We're all at a big kids party and your child is the centre of the photo, but my child is in the background and happens to be in it, and you share it to your friends and family on your private Facebook page. I'd be okay with that. If you were putting my child in a picture on your public page, on your Instagram or on a Facebook business page, I would expect you to ask my permission. Absolutely, I would. If it's personal and it's reasonably private, I'm probably less so. It depends on the context, it depends on the person, it depends on the child. That's a bit of a funny one to give a black and white answer to, I think. Number 6. How does your child feel about you sharing pictures of them? A, they're embarrassed, but hey, that's my job as a parent. B, I've never talked to them about it. C, we talk before we post so we can judge how they feel. Again, my kids are a bit too young to have a view on this. You know, they know that I make films and they quite enjoy filming them, and then they enjoy watching it back and having a bit of a laugh at the hilariousness of it all. There may come a time when I embarrass them. Right now I don't, but right now is kind of too soon to tell. I don't know. But there are certain things that I steer clear on. There was a video I was thinking about doing, and it was talking about an issue that we'd had in the family, kind of a medical thing that we'd had in the family, and I was going to do a video about it because I thought this would be quite, I would have liked to have watched a video on this. I thought it's quite a helpful topic. And then I thought, right now, my child is so small, they have no knowledge that I've done this, it wouldn't bother them. But one day they're going to be 15, and one of their school friends may find that video and go, oh hey, you had blah, 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 blah. I don't want that. So I don't ask their permission, but I do try and think about how they feel before I do stuff. Number 7. If they asked you to take a picture down, would you do it? A, no, they need to develop a thick skin. B, definitely. C, I would, but I don't know how. What are you putting stuff on the internet for if you don't know how to take it down? Although, having said that, once it's up forever. In these little caches and, you know, stored bits and bobs. Nothing ever seems to disappear, does it? If my child saw a picture of me and asked me to take it down, I think the most important thing to me is my kids. I think having a YouTube channel, if I showed my kids more and involved them in the videos, I think it would be better for my channel. I think if I look at it in a sort of a business sense, by not including them, I think I do miss out on opportunities, and I do possibly miss out on growth. But on balance, I would prefer to stay where I'm comfortable with what I'm involving my kids in. If you have a channel, if you have a public social media and you show your kids lots, fine, that's your choice. You are making the right decision for your family. I'm talking about the right decision for my family and for me and what I'm comfortable with. I feel better keeping them out of it to an extent. Number 8. What are the risks of sharenting? A, revealing too much of your child's private life. B, your images could embarrass your child or put them at risk of bullying. C, strangers could steal images and use them. I mean, unfortunately, it's all of them, isn't it? I think the strangers stealing images and use them happens, but is on the unlikely end of the scale, I would say. I wouldn't have thought that happens that much, but it is obviously a possibility. Your images could embarrass your child and put them at risk of bullying. Yeah, it can. And that's what we definitely all need to be aware of with what we're posting. But still, you know, if you post a picture on your personal Facebook of your child having a bath in a sink, I've done that. I've seen lots, it's really cute. I've put pictures up of my kids singing a little song on my personal Facebook. If my child sees that when they're older, they will be embarrassed. And you know, they could get teased by their friends for it, but they could also turn around and go, well, you've probably got exactly the same thing. And also, we were all babies once. You know, my parents have got pictures of me in fancy dress and in just dresses off of the 80s. You know, we all have embarrassing skeletons in our youthful closets. But revealing too much of your private life, that is the one that I would strictly try and avoid in terms of like school logos, in terms of saying too much about sort of exactly where we live or what the kids' names are, or, you know, things that are really specific. I do try and avoid that, and that is one that I would say, whatever level of access you give the world to your child, I think too many details about the private life is the one where you would need to be quite on the alert. Question number 9, we're nearly there. Your 13-year-old has just started a Facebook account. Oh my God, this just terrifies me. I don't want this day to ever come. Do you, A, talk to them about responsible sharing and privacy settings? B, make friends with them so you can spy on what they're doing? C, let them get on with it. It's none of your business. Obviously, everyone does. Number 1, you talk to your kids about responsible sharing and privacy settings. If you don't do that, who else do you think's doing it? B, do you make friends with them so you can spy on what they're doing? I totally want to. I would totally want to do that. Is it the right thing to do? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I really dread the day when this comes into my life. I think let them get on with it, I agree with, but the it's none of your business, I totally disagree with. Totally disagree with that. It is my business. How I'm going to keep an eye on it, I really don't know. Last question, number 10. Your child falls off their bike while learning to ride without stabilizers. We've gone off topic, people, we've gone off topic. Do you, oh no, we're back, I see where it's going. Do you, A, reach for your smartphone and film it for posting? B, run to their aid? C, didn't see the accident because you were too busy looking at your phone? Now, I can imagine, I wouldn't be too busy looking at my phone that I'm ignoring my child learning to ride a bike, but I can very much imagine that I'm filming it. Not to use on here, just to film stuff. But if they fell, it's not, you've been framed. I'm not going to keep filming them. I would go to their aid. If you are in any position in your life where you see a hurt child as an opportunity for some great footage, rethink your priorities. And that is all of the questions. So I'm not doing scores. This has got 3 categories: unwarrant, dear oh dear, hashtag poor parenting skills. It's got an almost there, room for improvement, and a shared genius. Well done, you're responsible and your children will be proud. That's a bit out of order, I think, to say, because every family is different, every parent is different, every situation is different, and we should not judge each other so long as we are coming from a good heart. There are some facts on the bottom of this, one of which I do find a bit alarming, which is that 13% of people say they share photos of their children to gain social media followers. That's where I think it goes a little awry. If your priority is gaining social media followers over protecting the privacy or digital footprint of your child, then you've got a bit imbalanced. But I think for most people, the most people that film stuff and that share stuff of their children, they're filming memories and they're filming stories. And I do sometimes look back at the snippets of old footage I got and you go, oh my God, remember when they used to do that funny little thing with their hand? Or do you remember what their voice sounded like when they were that small? And I don't have that much footage, where if you have a channel where you share stuff like that all the time, what an amazing backlog of memories to look back on. But that's the right reason for doing it. If you're doing it to consciously try and gain followers, have a word with yourself. So that's basically it. There isn't really a point to this video. I don't really have an ending. It's just, this is also new. This didn't exist when we were young. So where for everything else we have an example to follow and we have a path to follow for potty training, temper tantrums, fussy eaters. Oh, well, Auntie so-and-so used to do this. Oh, well, Grandma used to do this. Oh, well, my dad used to do this. We've always got something we can look back on. But for this, we got nothing. So I think people who do share stuff do it for lovely reasons. For me personally, for my family, it feels better to keep it a bit more private. But I am comfortable sharing elements of our life. For other people, they want to keep it completely separate. There's no right or wrong, so long as what you're doing comes from good intentions, then there is no right or wrong, because this is all so new. No one knows what the right is or what the wrong is, and all we can do is ask ourselves these questions and just be aware of what we're doing and try and think about what we're doing and the future impact of what we're doing. And if you feel comfortable with it, great. If you don't, change, you know. But let's have the conversation. So if you have any thoughts, if you have any comments, if you think I'm wrong about something, or if you think I'm right about something, if you have a different viewpoint or a different question to ask, please do comment below, because this is something we all are going to have to deal with and none of us know how. So let's try and do it together. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to see more, and I will see you very soon. Bye!